Who's listening?
Who's listening?
Well, that one's on now.
Is that working? Got the other one working?
Tell you in just a second.
I can't get my computer to do anything. There we go. Okay, you got it? Audio is working?
I think one of them,
Okay.
one of them just went on. Okay, this is
Mark,
better.
Chuck? Okay.
Okay.
Subby down there today? Subby, are you down there? Okay.
Okay. Today's bills. These are the ones she said you to sign.
Yeah.
This one still just needs Jake's signature.
Yeah. Okay. Send that on down. And this one just, you need to sign this one. Okay. You got to sign something. Good bit of work. See, what does it say?
Waiting for Jake to sign.
Somewhere it should be one.
Not on the check.
Should be a white
No, it's on the contract page. It's for PRO.
contract. Where the engineer sent bill.
Mm-hmm.
Should be one.
Either the last one or the first one.
There's no other signatures.
There's one he said. Let's see. Might be in that file then.
Okay.
One sign.
Because I think she just had it paper clipped on here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find it.
Yeah, it's floating around. Because we was going to send it back.
I didn't see it there. I'm sure it will come up somewhere.
No, okay.
For Springfield, we can mark that one off. Huh?
I'm going to look at my last one.
Are you? So I don't know if I'm gonna get a hold of Clinton Township after the meeting and talk to them. Newspaper. Non-Kindling newspaper.
That's yours.
Amazing.
That's Kelly's.
I don't know if I did that right or not.
Huh?
I said, I don't know if I did that right or not. I know that you sent you the minutes.
Yeah, I will. I'll take care of it. I see you sign this, thing. Read that up.
Yeah, that may have been what you needed me to sign.
What's that check? $2,000? Yep. 2093.
That's the,
That's one in one.
that was the
Ah.
mistake.
Yep.
I'm on.
I'm ready. Go down.
That's, yeah.
It is the passport mark.
Well, I just keep them in order that way. That's all. That's all he's trying to do. Make it easier for you. Liberty Utilities, this thing, huh? Oh, there's a check.
Honestly, I got piles of things laying everywhere. I'll get it cleaned up. Okay. Ready to stand?
You can keep that and have more copies. So,
More of it. Y'all want one of
keep it-
these?
Keep it for up here if you want.
Sure.
I've got extras downstairs.
Keep it up here.
That it?
Let's see. These are ready to be stamped.
Ready? Come on, Bruce.
All right, Bruce, how you doing? Now I can't get that one there to burn. I just set it back there to set it up.
Did y'all see that one? She had a little note on in here.
Yeah, the
Well,
one about,
which one was it? Was it up the top? Down this?
it's no, you should, it was the last group.
Oh, okay.
He had messed up on his, one of the papers, but they went by his driver's, it's either his driver's license is wrong, something else is right.
Oh,
He's good.
Good.
John Rufinoff. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Let it go.
I would.
I don't. Ain't got much work. Just whoever goes, get them down. All right. Hey, I made it. You print out the minutes? We'll have some.
Tried to share them again in Teams, but I don't know if I
Mhm.
did it right.
Hmm?
So I tried to share it again in Teams,
Yeah,
but I don't know if I did
that's
it
all right.
right.
No, didn't come up anyway. The agenda didn't, but we can get it. Not a big deal.
How many copies do you want?
Just y'all want to wait? Get yours on the emails. Here, yeah. Later.
Keep it
Be
simple.
fine.
Just one?
Do you want a copy now?
Of?
Minutes?
Nah.
No,
Just one?
huh?
Just one?
Just one. Uh-oh. It could be bad.
What are we looking at?
We just got done paying bills. Hope you don't have any bills to pay.
I don't have any money left.
Bro,
Ask her. She knows.
you don't have any money. You can't pay your bills. She's already told you that, huh?
In triplicate. Early and often.
Ah. Okay. What you got?
I only have one copy here. I should have made more,
Good.
but this is, I don't know if you need a copy of it too. This is kind of GIS
Oh,
job description. This is everybody else in my office job description. Highlighted in yellow are the stuff that
everybody else does that's probably GIS that is going to be shuffled over to the GIS plus. Plus, this is the budget worksheet for GIS, and I don't know what employee. I mean, whether it's we get one or we move one over there to out of ours into GIS, but that's the proposed budget, kind of an idea of what that's going to look like, so that y'all can look at it. And then after y'all look at that, if you have questions, you can get a hold of me. But there's a lot of intertwining of everything, because Doug does a lot of the drawing, somebody does some addressing, somebody does some mapping, somebody does some reviewing, somebody does the deed work. I mean, it all kind of moves over and gets into one position. But that's just so you can kind of see where all the stuff is coming from everybody else, which is a lot. Which Doug does most of it right now. I mean, he does a lot of this stuff. Because the most intensive part of it is the mapping and the drawing and the CAD stuff, which is good, but it presents a whole nother problem if you try to get somebody else. And if Doug moves over to that position, then he takes all that knowledge and the training with it. If not, ArcGIS is a pretty intensive program, and to learn it and to learn how to draw with it and to do all that stuff and do shape files and all that other stuff. So just if you have questions, and I may or may not know the answers to them, because I try to stay away from that stuff. It's pretty technological, and that's not me very much.
Is that going to go back to a full-time position?
Well, that's kind of what we have had planned. Is that, I mean, the immediate need when James came over is for him to do that, but he did a lot of the field review also. I mean, it was, again, we got done what we had to get done. We're on a new cycle now. We've had 2 years. Ultimately, since Doug does a lot of that stuff, I mean, a lot, and I mean, it goes into the numbers and stuff of what he does. It's probably, and I've talked to him just briefly about it, it's probably going to be most advantageous for him to move over to the GIS and just be GIS, and to do all of that stuff that some of it, Mark does a little bit of it, but that was just because it was necessary. James does a lot of it. James was doing a lot more field review because we had to get that done prior to a certain deadline. We got all that done. So now we're ready to move on. And that's why, and then just so happened that James's business picked up so much that he cut out. But yes, so we've reverted back to everybody else picking up all the GIS stuff, which is, again, mainly Doug. He's been working with all of these lines and looking at the deeds and changing the lines on the stuff that then gets sent to Sam, and then Sam produces them and sends them out to the public. And we don't have to have the website, but it would be a huge loss for the community because everybody uses that. Sometimes, I mean, most of the time it's right. Sometimes it's not, but we work to keep it pretty up to date. All the information, everything that we have is out there. I mean, it's completely transparent. Every bit of information, we put it out there for everybody, and that takes a lot of time and a lot of money. But it is helpful.
On this now, are y'all get money coming in too on GIS?
Yes,
don't you?
absolutely. But
From the schools, all that, when they're doing their pictometry,
yes,
don't they pay so much on that?
They do help with that.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So, and that's probably to the tune of about 25,000, 30,000.
A little more.
Well, and then there's also some Platbook stuff, and there's some other money coming in. It's not just out.
Okay,
Is
that's
that
all.
every year, or is that every couple of years since the aerial pictometry is?
The partners that we have that help with some of that pictometry stuff, because they utilize the data also. It comes on a disk drive, and they have access to it. And several of their classes they use it. So what they do is we usually are on a 4-year cycle, and they pay for 3 years. So there's usually an off year that they're not paying, but we also don't have any expense. We only have an expense once, and then we have it again 4 years.
Okay.
And it gets paid on for 3 years. So we're able to recoup, almost all of that money.
Okay.
But, is it it's stuff that a lot of that stuff is stuff that a lot of counties don't do. You don't have to do it. You don't have to have that website, which is probably to the tune of it probably costs us about $20,000 a year. But it's quite helpful, and it saves a lot of business because the real estate professionals and the appraisers and stuff like that, they can go to our website and get all the information without even contacting us. We don't have to stop what we're doing and get into that. So I mean, it's a value, but and it's the addressing and it's the signs and all that stuff that we don't have to do it, but we do it because somebody's got to do it, and it might as well be us because we have all of the data. So between all of that stuff, it is, unfortunately, it's that position, especially with the GIS stuff and all the mapping and changing, and he updates all of the plats, the Mylars, the original Mylars for every township, and then when it breaks it down into more than for us, the title companies, the sheriff's department, I mean, everybody gets all that stuff. He updates that about once a month. And gets all the new lines put on so that everybody's aware of what's going on. Then that gets sent up to Sam, which is the company that has the website and does our shape files. And then we do generate, and we might generate a little bit more money than that. But I'm just not. It's hard to tell what it generates because unfortunately, when CoreLogic or Black Knight or any of those commercial companies, when they request it, we have to give it. There's lots of lawsuits that say it's like a sunshine request, and if we have it and it's public, you got to give it. And we know that's where some of these letters that come from that say, life lock or deed lock or whatever, that somebody might be trying to get your deed. They send out all these letters or the letters to you saying, I'll give you $10,000 for your property, just sign on the line and whatever. We know that's where some of that comes from, but you can't not give it. So we don't like it, but just take a look at that, and I'm sure you're gonna have some questions. Just let me know. I'm about to run and try to get some of my stuff done this morning. We got 2 more buildings to put on this morning. And there's lots of construction going on everywhere. I mean, I thought it would slow down a little bit. It has not slowed down, but the prices have started mitigating, coming down just a little bit. So if you want to sell your place, you better hurry up and sell it. Not.
You sell them?
No. I'm buying. If you're selling cheap, I'm buying.
City land plus 4 copies of that. She can have the original wheel 3 here. So 3 copies of it. That way Kelly's going. And I don't know about this. Deputy. Which one did he say? Here's the GS.
Well, hi, Amy.
They was listening.
Uh-huh.
Y'all listening?
No.
Nope.
They wasn't listening.
I just got here.
What were you talking about?
Super good cop.
We was wanting to know if the audio was working.
Oh, I couldn't.
So we told
No, we weren't listening. So.
Like I said, it's
Here's the original. You keep the original.
Yeah, I have.
There's one more. Okay.
Let's just go with the original.
No.
Marks or for me?
No, each of you got one.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, Bruce. Hello again. I feel like I've seen you already.
You don't want to say any of these numbers.
Just last summer.
11:19 and 13:32. Oh, I ended up calling the girl with the road on the road deal with the car. Kelly called. She called in, going out there. Her son had hit some.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I talked to her. She's fine. If they looked at this.
Can you make copies of these?
Opposite of anywhere platform.
Unless,
Yeah, I can.
cause I'd like to make copies of it quick.
Me too, please. I thought that's what we were getting. Yeah.
All the ones in the field are bad, and then the three are bad. Well, your has a good one.
We think he was, and then my question.
13. Because I think it was 14 total.
That's why I figured when you brought it up.
I'm gonna reach out to the manufacturer because for that mean to go back all within a couple months of each other.
Why shouldn't we even go
Mhm.
Which the other 3 meters work, but it's always the market because the oxygen since it's different.
You got your packet of this.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the 911.
Now, how much is going to come out of the assessor then, I guess? If you get picked on, GI seems out there.
How much is gonna come out of it?
What's the budget? There's going to be a big chunk coming out of the budget.
If the wage that he's got set, that needs to be full-time.
Yeah.
So the next question would be, is he gonna need a replace?
The one I'm talking about, I always say something, I don't even care about that. You're moving somebody that's doing the job right now. And he's doing all that stuff he says. How many people does he even need in here?
Well, that's actually something I was
That's all
asking,
I'm
is
just-
he gonna have places?
Somebody's going to have to.
And somebody, you're still gonna get more.
And so, if this can
If you're
come
gonna
out,
move, you're gonna lose him.
this is already, this is already there, but
Yeah.
that needs to be moved over here. So,
Move his.
those are what it's supposed to.
That may be what happened.
I don't know. And I'm just saying, if you're going to do that, that's what you gotta look at.
I don't know. I saw him pulling the bullseye this morning, but he didn't get no donuts.
Nope. They got bad donuts.
They do got donuts. Oh no! They used to get their donuts from Daylight Donuts, but they're closed, aren't they?
I go out.
That donut house better.
Yeah.
Jim, you're on camera. You can't say that.
Shouldn't say that. Anyway,
They're gone.
speak a little
All
louder.
right.
Can we go back and edit that part out?
No, no, I just have liquor. But I don't need any of them.
It's almost winter time. I gotta stay warm.
Keep that vitamin up.
See this one full set, right? Set it down,
See that?
set it down.
Not within the last month or so. We looked over
Thank you.
February or March
Thank you.
when we updated the when we updated the
There's some stuff up on that too. Some funny things. Yeah, 3 pieces. 3 people.
yeah they
Around you.
yeah they get Sky.
Which one?
Did you get the original?
Yeah.
Okay. I got it. Oh. Yep. You got it. I'm working.
I'll take that one.
We don't have the steak for
Have a time.
Okay. Yes, Chuck, we're ready. Done what?
Do what?
You done?
With what?
What you looking at? I was waiting for Mark.
They can start anytime. You said Chuck.
Well, I was talking to Mark.
You called me Chuck?
No, I didn't.
So did I.
Okay. I'll sing that to soda, but that's all right.
Hi Dan, Mark. Nice to meet you, sir.
Ah, Mark. Between you and Subby.
If you want a copy. I even made a copy for you. Thank you, sir.
Oh, boy.
Before we start on that, Davis School Board Superintendent, they got a new superintendent. He's going to reach out to y'all.
Who?
The Davis
Oh,
School
okay.
Board, they got a new superintendent. What was his name?
Yeah, it's Mitch Town.
Mitchell.
This town?
Yeah, he came from Lakeland School District. He is now superintendent at Davis R12. He contacted Mark and wanted to know the fly ash, all the results, what we found, all that kind of stuff. So we just referred him to you guys since we don't have anything to do with that. So anyway, he'll be giving you guys a call, kind of wanting, because he's brand new. He has been following it very well, so he just wants to get a good idea of what the end result is going on. So
Just a heads up there. So
Hmm.
the fish sampling's back also.
Can you send me a copy of that?
Yeah, it's online. It's on the DNR's website. But I'll send you a copy of it also. I think everything came back negative except for 3 fish. They did 19. So 16 came back with no non-detects and 3 came back with low levels or something of that nature.
Okay.
They weren't worried about it. DNR, so it is what it is. In front of you, this
Right.
paper, kind of a rundown, responsibilities, and then our major accomplishments for 25. Give you all a little year in what we did this year, what we were supposed to do versus what we did.
Well, I think with you two coming on board, relatively new, I know both of you guys have asked for copies of, what are the roles of emergency management. We have given you guys a copy of just what's expected out of emergency management. We thought to kind of put things in perspective, we'll take each one of those points and kind of let you guys know what we've done as an office to kind of fill those roles in 2025. And of course, preparedness, response, coordination, recovery operations, mitigation, and public education. Those are the 5 big bullet points that we try to do in emergency management countywide. And as far as our major accomplishments in 2025, me and Mark worked together so well, and we have the same ideas and the same mindset for our community, which makes it so much easier to be able to work together to obtain these goals. But we started our quarterly interagency exercises. We implemented quarterly training and exercises with first responders, partner agencies to strengthen coordination and readiness, and they continue to grow each tabletop that we do. They continue to grow. We do is going to start off small because the county, it's been years since they've even done one. So it started off slow. We're gaining speed, and we're really looking forward to 2026. Of course, we can't forget May 19th, the tornado response. We led the disaster response efforts, completed comprehensive damage assessments, and coordinated delivery of more than 16,000 pounds of critical resources to the residents. And that is exactly what emergency management is supposed to do. We are the resource gatherers. We are responsible for going out and doing damage assessment, because I'm telling you guys, as soon as that happens, we're getting phone calls from SEMA, we're getting phone calls from FEMA, wanting to know what the damage. We are the contact person for the county.
May 19th, they called within 30 minutes of the tornado hitting.
Yes.
Wanting
In the evening, after hours. So
Yeah.
this was something that we kind of learned as we go. We didn't have a recovery plan, unfortunately, for the county. However, we didn't have a lot of those key numbers, a lot of that key information that we really needed. We've got that change and implemented, and so we learned a lot, and I think we've done a lot of good for the community. The emergency operation plan update, of course, that is that's a constant update. Completed, received state approval in February of 2025, and of course that ensures full compliance with state federal standards. That also completes our requirement also for the EPG grant, which pays for half of our salaries. Community outreach, expanded public education program, providing preparedness training to school, community groups, civic organization across the county. Some of those examples, I had went to over 18 schools throughout our West Central Missouri in 2025 with storm preparedness, storm safety. We also hosted 3 different weather seminars, 2 of them here in Henry County and 1 of them in Pettis County, which we had the Board of Education and all the local teachers around Pettis County. They came in. We gave a kind of help Pettis County emergency management out a little bit, and put on kind of a safety program for them for severe storms. One thing we found out big time is that we have to have help and coordination from the surrounding emergency management offices. That's been huge for us this year. We've made some great relationships with Johnson County, Pettis County, Bates County, and that's all done through networking. So training is obviously very good, but one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that these training sessions, even though it might be something you already know, it might be something that they call for a refresher course every year. But one great thing about those training sessions is the networking that you gain from other agencies around you. We picked up hints and examples and recommendations on so many different levels, and they've helped us out. We had our CERT demonstration here a couple Saturdays ago, Johnson County. They came down and put on a whale of a demonstration down at Artesian Park. We had a lot of interest in people wanting to help the community, whether it's the way we look at it, whether or not it's they want to join a community emergency response team for Henry County. Maybe they don't want to maybe take that step. That's fine. Personal preparedness of an individual goes a long way. If they can protect themselves, protect their family, then that just makes first responder job a lot less stressful. Grant success secured multiple grants, including emergency management performance grant, which pays for half of our salaries. Funding twice in 2025 for weather radio distribution, and stop the bleed kits to enhance community safety. So we're constantly taking a look at what now that they've kind of freed back up from the administration that we currently have. They're let loose of a little bit more money, and we're constantly searching for ways that we can benefit the community with no cost to the community. Mass communication system rollout, that was a big one. That was done in the late or early spring, I guess. Successfully launched a new countywide mass notification system, improving our ability to alert and inform residents during emergencies. Of course, that was Everbridge. The CERT team formation, established Henry County Community Emergency Response Team, empowering trained volunteers to assist during disasters and during peacetime, calm time as well. Everything from if answering phone calls to go around and help them install a carbon monoxide detector. That's what's nice about. I've read a lot of things about the CERT teams across the country, and one thing that was a common thing that I found was the fact that if you form a CERT team and you only utilize them during times of disaster emergency, they fall apart within 2 years. You have to keep them active. You need to get together and have meetings. You need to train. You need to come up with some community involvement events that they keep them active and prepared for when we do need them. And of course, we talked about this before. May 19th. We keep going back to that date, but that was a big date.
Yeah,
that was a big date for us. We spent roughly about 10, 11 days of 18-hour days out trying to get these people some help and trying to figure out what we can do for the community. If we had a CERT team at that time, we could have had people to staff the telephones, to keep our doors open, to answer questions that the community might have. So, we're not constantly having to stop what we're doing, because whenever a phone call comes into our office, it goes to the phones, to our cell phones out on the road. We have to stop what we're doing, answer, and that just kind of adds to the chaos that is going on out there. But as well as going door to door, we had to go door to every household within I'm going to say that's probably around a 12 to 14 square mile area in the boonies, and making sure everybody was okay. And luckily we did. We found that elderly man that was in a house with a tree in the middle of his living room. He was living in his basement and had no help. So we gave him bottled water and food and made sure that that his family was notified. So it's a good thing that we're doing, and we would love to have more help at little to no cost for the county. Fly ash testing coordination. This guy here, this is all Mark.
He's
Manage.
expert on.
Oh yeah, manage the coordination, communication process surrounding all the fly ash testing. So Mark did a fantastic job, and he had his arms full with that one for sure. American Red Cross partnership We served as the official Red Cross license for Henry County, maintaining strong, productive partnership to support shelter operations, disaster relief, recovery efforts. And again, it's pretty remarkable when we have members of the community that maybe lose their house, and instantly we have somebody within our department who can go and assist them and give them a debit card to get clothes, give them a debit card to go get a hotel room, be able to provide shelter and resources to those people involved. So that's a great addition that we have now with Mark and the American Red Cross with EM. And then, of course, recovery and shelter planning. We did a comprehensive countywide recovery plan. We began the collaborative work on establishing a community-wide storm shelter to improve public safety and resilience, and that's something in 2026. I'm not allowed to let the cat out of the bag out right now, but it's something that we are very, very, very excited. We did have a group to come up and the possibility of full funding for something like that for our community. So very excited. More information to that will be coming in 2026. Looking ahead, Mark, why don't you talk about looking ahead?
On the recovery shelter planning, December 4th at the Benson Center. It's a statewide thing, but we're doing a drill. We're setting up a shelter for both humans and pets. And that's going to be at the Benson Center at 1 p.m.
December the 4th.
Yes.
Yeah. What's it called again, Mark?
It's a shelter. It's a drill, a shelter drill.
Shelter drill?
Yeah, sheltering drill.
For pets, right?
It's both for humans and pets. So
Oh yeah,
we're gonna have
human
humans show up with their pets, and because that's something new that Red Cross is doing. Whenever we set shelters now, they're starting to accept pets. So we're gonna
Have
have
to have a place for pets.
yeah. So we have a trailer in Pettis County that will travel our regions. There's actually 2 trailers in our region that we can call upon, and they have kennels and everything on the trailers that they bring to us.
And
put
they
'em
have
in-
utilized them.
Well, if they put them in that trailer and then a storm comes through.
We got 2
Well,
trailers.
this is post storm. So during the recovery plan. So you have damage to
Absolutely.
houses and
Yeah.
we actually ran into this on May 19th. Again, we'll bring that up. People didn't want to leave their homes for 2 reasons.
Pets.
We had shelter set up in Warsaw. They can go get free lodging, food, the whole 9 yards. They didn't want to leave. Number one, it was Memorial Day weekend. They didn't want to take a chance of having a bunch of people out of town coming and looting. Number 2, they didn't want to leave because of their pets. So what they do, they went ahead and pitched a tent in their front yard and stayed there for 10 days. So in a case like this, where we could actually call on for a trailer from Pettis County, they will drive it down and it will house all their pets. They know they're going to be taken care of too, and it will be stationed wherever that the owners are at, so that they know they're going to be taken care of. So that's pretty exciting.
They won't separate them, but
Yeah,
they're rules, and we're going to learn all the rules about having to keep them in the kennels when they're inside.
psychologically, that's one thing that we don't think about. In which during our CERT demonstration down at the park, we actually had the representative from Compass Health. That she's a younger gal in her upper 20s. She wanted to be a part of our community emergency response team because they can offer psychological help during times. If you lose your house, you lose your pet, hopefully not, maybe even a family member. It wreaks havoc on us psychologically. So that's something that sometimes we kind of take for granted.
Yeah. Going back to the December 19th and the sheltering thing, that's something that we lacked in our county. A shelter, they had to go to Warsaw if they wanted to seek shelter, and when it happens again, I'm not even going to say if it happens again. When it happens again, we want to be able to make that available in our county to where you don't have to travel.
Yeah.
So we're doing the drill.
What's that entail to be able to do that?
Volunteers.
That's I mean,
Yep, Red Cross has everything else that we need.
They have everything.
So take for instance, if we had that in place, Snyder's Corner on May 19th was the central hub for all the resources. 2026, something like that in the same area would happen. We would have our portable EOC trailer out there, set up a command post. Red Cross comes in, puts up the huge canopies with tents, food, everything, cots ready for a shelter. So if those people did not want to move very far away from their house, at least they can just go a few blocks up the road, have food, shelter, warmth, and have their pet taken care of, all from right there. And of course, with our trailer, EOC trailer, of course, it's you guys. I'm assuming all of you guys had a walkthrough on the trailer. We have full communication. We have full 360 view cameras that are around that trailer, so we can watch everything from inside the trailer all the way around the shelters that we would put up. So volunteers. That's and again, CERT team is a huge asset to that.
Looking ahead as demands of emergency management continue to grow in the scope and complexity, the responsibilities of our office have expanded significantly, maintaining 24/7 readiness, ensuring compliance with state and federal requirements, and managing evolving threats all require ongoing training, expertise, and resources. Our team remains deeply committed to protecting the residents of Henry County and maintaining the highest standards of preparedness and resilience. Continued support from the commissioners, including support for competitive compensation, will help ensure we can recruit, retain, and sustain the highly skilled professionals needed to meet these growing challenges. Thank you.
That's all we got.
That's what we did in 2025 and kind of what we're supposed to do. And
2026.
we wanted to break it down so we can compare our core responsibilities and what we actually did
I appreciate that. Thank you guys.
to make you guys' life easier.
Yeah, that's another day. But
Questions, concerns, emotional outbursts? They're replacing Christmas lights.
And replacing Chris.
I guess the main question is, and you've already covered it. All calls are taken care of. They go from down there. They get forwarded to you guys, right?
Yeah, if we're not in the
To our
office
cell phone.
24/7, like if communications calls or anybody calls the office, it comes straight to our phones.
And if you're not there, there's the sheet out front with the phone numbers.
The
on
phone
it.
number's on the door.
Yep.
But yeah, it comes to our phones, so no matter what, we're going to answer the phones.
So if we get a CERT team, if you all were able to put together a CERT team, when the event like May 19th happens again, who's manning the phones downstairs? You guys, CERT team?
It could be either or.
Either or?
It could be, in a case like May 19th, if we had a CERT team in place, we had an intern that was with us at that time. So what would likely have happened if we had a CERT team, we would ask for a couple volunteers to stay behind with either Mark or I at the office. The other one would go out with other members of the CERT team and conduct what me, Mark, and Tiffany did over the course of those days. We would be the ones responsible calling the Convoy of Hope, Salvation Army. We will be answering the telephones if anybody has any questions, or if they stop by the courthouse to come down and see us, we'll be able to answer their questions. That's likely how that would have panned out in 2019 if we had that CERT team.
They would be the ones going out and doing the damage. It took us.
They're probably the most important people you can get if you got a CERT team and it's in that area. They already know what
It
happened.
took us 11
They
or 12
need to
days
call
to do
in
all of our.
to report to you all.
Whereas
Exactly.
So
you have
then you
8 or
can
10 teams
make
go out.
decisions
You
and
can
have
have to have a
everything
day or
up on screens
Like
where you
you
know
mean
where.
like
That's what
two people. You have two. Yeah, you always want to keep 2 people.
my thoughts. That's what a person needs. But you
Yep.
got to have your CERT teams. That part of it, and we used to, like you say, the trouble is they fall apart.
Yeah.
I know, just like after the Elks fell, we had a lot of places on that CERT team. I wouldn't here then, or anyway, a lot of other things that fell into place there.
Mhm.
So
And that's
That's-
one thing that and again we're leaning pretty heavy with Johnson County because that has been a tried and true and restored CERT team that is actually one of the top in the state, if not the region. I mean, they lead the entire state of Missouri in CERT coordination. Just last night, they had asked me to do a winter weather. Um, I guess a snapshot of what 2025-26 is going to be for CERT team nationwide. And so I did that last night, and of course Johnson County they were leading the entire organization nationwide with this. So we're leaning heavily on them for recommendations, and we're actually going to be doing some functions with Warrensburg. And again, to kind of help keep everybody active, kind of keep it in the back of their mind. When they came down and did our demo, we not only had the full office of the Johnson, there were three of them, Johnson County Emergency Management, but we also had several members of their CERT team that was there to help coordinate the training and the demonstration. They had several of them down there. So again, once we get up to that level, being able to keep our CERT members active, and we can put on just a preparedness seminar here in our county, not to gain members. I mean, obviously, if they want to become a member, we're not going to turn them down, but mainly personal preparedness. That is so huge, guys. If you know what you're going to do for you and your family in case of an emergency, then that's just one less family first responders have to deal with, and that is really what we're pushing with all the training for CERT, getting everybody knowing how to do basic triage and how to move an injured person and how to use a walkie-talkie. I mean, it's simple things like that, but if they're able to take that, even if they don't become CERT members, and go forward, our community will be better prepared.
They'll be able to help themselves, their neighbors.
Well, that's where, let's face it, Whiteman has really put a big boost in that.
Yeah.
That's what they've done. Now, I know, well, see, we had one of them that was here, emergency management director, that really done a lot. He was big on getting CERT teams up and going.
Yeah.
That's his first thing that he wanted. He wanted CERT teams. And that's what he worked on. And he was good, but then it fell apart.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah, it's a big undertaking actually. It's not like everybody that signs up for CERT is actually going to be a CERT member. I mean, one thing we learned from Johnson County, we're going to have to do full background checks on everybody. We need to know what kind of interest in the community, which we've been overwhelmed with the number of people that's interested. But at the same time, we have to take a look at what's best for the county as well. We want to make sure we do background checks on them. We want to, make sure that they're able to do it. It doesn't make any difference. Matter of fact, Johnson County has a gentleman that is crippled. He cannot walk. He's been blessed with being able to have Johnson County CERT team and emergency management take him under his wing. And he can't do much, but I tell you what he can do that we found out was he was an injured person. They blindfolded and made me and Mark weave in and out of all the tornado damage that they had thrown out in a field safely back around inside of a trailer and have him sit down in a chair while he's blindfolded and a crippled gentleman. So there's a spot for everybody in the CERT team, but we want to make sure we get the right people.
We didn't make them fall down one time. We didn't make them fall down one.
No,
So do you guys
No.
have like an application that people would fill out, or is
we
that-
do.
Yeah.
It's a pretty lengthy one, and of course once we did the demo just to see what kind of interest
Interest
we
we
might garner, and then what we would like to do as we go forward into 2026, we'll present you guys with the application to have you guys go over it, and then we would like to be able to post that application on the website. And you know, I mean, it's not like we want or we need 50 people on a search team. What we would love to have is about 8 to 10 fully capable volunteers, regardless of age, regardless of their disabilities, and have them be able to be called upon in case of a need here in the community.
It'd be nice if you could
Sounds
have
great.
a couple different, like Montrose or Urick, Windsor.
Well, we had a good group from
You
Mount.
got to have
Yeah.
different groups if you're going to make it work.
Yeah, they came
Because-
from Mount Rose. There was 3 or 4 from Mount Rose up here.
If you have it,
Yeah.
if you have a issue, it's going to be in one place. Inside there, you can't expect those people to know everything that happened. down
Exactly.
there, and that's where you're coming from.
One neat outreach that we did gain during that demo down at the park was we actually had 2 that just has a summer home
Mhm.
down here in our county. They live in Belton, and they started several years ago Operation Barbecue Relief, and they have actually any training that we do for CERT here, or if there's ever another May 19th that happens in our community, all we have to do is pick up the phone. They have several trailers and volunteers. They bring it down and they feed all first responders and anybody that's affected.
Fantastic.
Even for training, they'll come down for our trainings and feed us.
They came down to training because they
But
want to become part of, even though they only have a lake home, they want to become members of the CERT team, mainly from that aspect to be able to offer food, beverage, and a way to be able to help out the community.
We all know we love our food.
We love our food. So
Not
we're
all that.
if it's okay with you guys, we're planning on having training about every other week for CERT here in the courthouse
I
lawn.
bet
They can
y'all,
just wheel that sucker right
I
in
bet
here.
y'all do that every week. Well,
We can do it every week.
Every week sounds
you
pretty
know,
good.
usually you have donuts or everything down there.
Just
If
don't
you want
burn
to
them
go
out
eat
too
something,
fast.
go downstairs. And Mark's good about it, watching the camera. And hey, they got donuts up there. We need
Heck
to-
yeah. Heck yeah.
Hey, if we had donuts, he'd have been here early.
They had the juvenile office did their little luncheon and meetings yesterday downstairs across from our office.
Mhm.
I might have snuck over there and got some food.
That's the reason I had to leave early for lunch
Oh,
yesterday,
really?
Jim. When you came in, I kept smelling that honey baked ham. Holy cow, I had to go home and eat. That's all I got.
Well,
Thanks, guys.
We appreciate you guys. We appreciate the support you guys have given us so far. We really do. It makes our job a lot easier. And again, if there's anything you guys need from us, just feel free to give us a call.
I think 2026 is going to be a good year for you guys.
I think so too. I'm excited about it, and of course, as time goes on and the more training we do, the better equipped. Number one is make sure that our community stays safe and prepared. Thank you, guys.
all right,
Guys,
bye, guys.
we use the restroom before we start something else. If you don't
Yeah,
mind.
well,
We have
it's
15
supposed to be
minutes
over
before
10.
end.
It's 10:30.
Huh? 10:30? Okay. Oh, you get a little coffee. You want a little coffee? I'll fill your coffee now.
Yeah. Let's see, I was going to grab that on the way back. They had me that back in my house for about a day. Mainly just to play, but.
Okay.
He's got a lot of little lights to go in. Just they do one where a mouse chewed a wire or something.
You guys got anything else going on?
Aaron's coming
Oh, to report on the bids.
in. It's actually just coming up the steps, I think, probably about now.
I'm gonna be leaving early, I got appointments. I'll leave when he comes in rather than disrupt.
I would listen if you did.
Morning. Here he is, I guess I'll take off then. You're not chasing me out, I still want to come up to a meeting.
Oh, I was like, I didn't think I did. That was fast. Clear a room. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Chugging right along.
Are they over there today?
Yeah, looking great actually. They got the top section done with that lift, and then today they're working on the bottom. So it looks brand new. All of it. Doors are beautiful. The doors look brand new, and then the caulking is just fantastic. So. How are you? I'm good. Where's Kelly?
She's had an appointment this morning. She'll be in later.
Yeah, we're boy. Yeah, looks like a new building. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, mess with Kevin all you can.
We have so far. Every day.
Yeah, I did.
Morning, Jim.
Trust me.
How are you?
I'm fine. How you this morning?
Yeah, nah, it's a little boring.
Aaron, how you doing? Good, are you?
Pretty good.
World treating you.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Not real good, but pretty good.
Well, Mike missed you last week.
Huh?
Mike missed you last week.
Oh, I hate that. Is he gonna make it today?
No, we had 4 meetings today. So we split them all up, and
Yeah.
they're headed to Sedalia.
Split and conquer. Yeah.
Just me today.
Oh. Did you go through everything?
Yep, we all did. It took the rest of the day actually. When we left here,
Yes.
we went and ate lunch, and it took us the rest of the day. About 4 actually.
Yeah, that's a job.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning. Morning.
This phone has got me. Oh, that's saying do not disturb again.
So if you hit the mute button while the handset is down, it puts it in do not disturb.
Hit the mute button.
In that case.
So this little guy right down in the corner that gets bumped by everything,
Yeah.
that's what does it.
Which one is it?
Bottom left button right there.
Really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
we get, and
Yeah.
sometimes,
Kelly had me hit that button.
Well, I mean, it worked for a second.
Oh, maybe that's how. See how it's real light. So this is the one we get a lot of calls about. My phone is not in do not disturb. Well, this will go away, and there's a little button up here that is the only thing that makes it obvious. So we get a lot of calls about that.
Don't mute it.
Don't mute it.
I know we don't start until 10:30,
Yes,
but I can
correct,
pass these out if you guys want to
Yep.
read them and still start at 10:30. But this
Oh,
will give you
yeah.
guys time
Even still.
to read it. And,
Hey, I get it.
Yeah.
Is that on your side?
I can reset it.
If you would, please.
Yeah. So we'll have to get together. Maybe after the
Yeah. I'll come after the meeting.
Yeah, bring your couch because you have to put your password in there.
All right, sounds good. I wasn't for sure what.
Yeah, that was that one that we spent a little while and had to be secure, you know.
Thanks for the coffee, Jim.
You're right.
What's going on the outside of the building here?
Christmas lights.
Oh, okay.
Some of them aren't working. Mouse shoot them or squirrel shoot them in two. That fix.
I see.
Mark. Thank you, Rick.
Yep.
We're ready.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys should have two of these. I've kind of explained what the process that we did and then what this looks like. So on the actual RFP document that we sent out to all vendors, there was 5 categories. So the technical approach and solution quality, experience with law enforcement, CJIS and references, security program and compliance posture, and service model and local support, and cost and value to include a 5-year clarity. So when you look at those are the 5 main categories that were scored on the RFP, and then the RFP goes into like great detail about each category and expectations and what we look for on our IT side. So when you look at the front page of the score sheet, and there's 2, by the way. So this is the one that we made for today's clarifications. It's way easier. The one that we have at the office actually has written notes over here. So we would have scored this first one, technical approach and solution, and then the subcategory of that is network infrastructure design and scalability. So what does it look like now? What is it going to look like in 5 and 10 years for us as an agency? And then over here, everybody put notes on why they scored this one that way compared to a different score. Try to make this a little easier. There's 5 main categories. The first category, which is technical approach and solution, we broke that down into 5 categories. So you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories for 35 points altogether. And then out of the 5 categories, this is the max points for that one category, max points for the second, max points for the third, fourth, and fifth. So out of the first category, network infrastructure and design and scalability, you can only score up to 8.75 points. So this, you can see like the first, in employee 1, employee 2, and employee 3, and employee 4, those are the scores that we gave for that one category.
Okay.
So the second one, again, same technical approach and solution, a subcategory, a body-worn camera architect, which includes cameras, docking, evidence server, and retention, 12.25 points. That's the highest you can go. That kind of makes sense. So each 5 categories, the first category is 35 points, second category is 20, third 15, fourth 15, and fifth is 15 points. So out of all of that, you can see employee 1 scores all the way down, employee 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So the first sheet is Digital Computer Works. We have 3 vendors. So the total score, well, the average is what it did over here. On that very back page, we totaled it up. So Digital Computer Works as 373 points for a total. And then the average score out of 100 is 93.25. And then the second sheet, you can see it says on the top Core Force. So this is the score sheet for Core Force for all 4 employees, and an average down here is 64. And then that last page, it'll show you that Core Force scored overall 256 points. So number 2. And then number 3 is Cerberus for an average of 51, but a total of 204. So that's kind of how we broke it all down. That's why it took so long. We tried to do it by the book as clean as we could and independent and open-minded as we could. So all I will say on that, if you want some more context to this and you have the RFPs in front of you, holy moly. Let me say 2 things. The RFP was in depth. We did that intentionally. If you see other RFPs, it would simply say IT RFP for IT services for Henry County Sheriff's Office and body-worn cameras. That's literally all you really have to say. And then each vendor can just tell you, this is what I'm proposing. You can see that in one of those proposals. It just overall, this is what we provide. That scares me. And that's why we went so in depth on our RFP request. We broke everything down. This is what we expect. This is what we currently do. How do you do that as a company? This is so we know that you have experience in this. We know you're capable of this. Every week you can turn on the news and you'll see that somebody was hacked. Prosecutors' offices, police departments, sheriff's offices. We got one last week. It's constant, but our server does block those. But and it's every time we get an email, we get a follow-up email about an hour later to say, don't open that, it was a hack. And it's like, those things scare me. So that was the point of us doing a really big one, is because we want that reply, your RFP reply to us, to be very in depth, so we understand what your business does, how it protects us, so we know moving forward that we're covered. So anyway, that's why we took this very seriously, and it's in depth, and it was rough. Jackie will tell you all about it.
I can imagine Jack tearing it
Absolutely.
apart.
So yeah, that's kind of, if you guys
Okay.
have any questions, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the RFP side, if you guys have anything out of the gate though. Okay.
No.
The only other thing I would add with the RFPs, so you've seen 3 of them. The 2 of them were for IT and body cameras. One was just for body cameras. So
Mhm.
2 of those, if you read those, they're just overall business standard. Will protect you from this, this, and this. Digital Computer Works, if you read that, we were all very blown away by the detail, and that's what we were hoping for. That's why our RFP was so in depth, and it took 2 months to draft that, because we don't know what we're talking about either. So we do after 2 months. We did a lot of research. Digital Computer Works went into great detail, and the reason I say that, after I read that, I'm like, ouch. We probably need to collect those, because not only does Digital Computer Works tell you how they operate, it actually gave great detail in there on how we operate as a sheriff's office and how they protect us. The same reason why we had to do research on our RFP, because we didn't want to give too much on how we operate in the RFP, because all that does is tell a hacker, like, I know exactly what I'm going to do and where I'm going to go after. So I would suggest, because of the great detail in that we collect those. I would probably suggest destroying those, and then we have an original copy, which they were stamped original. Those would be kept for requests. Drawing a blank right now, but FOIA requests. It's not the state level, but we would have to go through and redact that actually, because it gives so much detail on how we operate. I appreciate it, knowing that I'm the department head, and I know that there's so much daily, because it even tells you like the daily stuff they do behind the scenes. I always knew that Digital did that. I didn't know the extent of what they did. So it's very good information. I'm really glad it was shared, but wow. So that would be my request today too, is we'll make an original, destroy the rest. And then all the requests come to us anyway. We keep all these RFPs. We keep the documents. There will be people who ask us for them. That's absolutely fine. We're very open with it. We share all of this, but I don't know. I would probably go with our legal before we share the RFP results. But anyway, that's kind of, I think, it. Unless you guys have some questions, this is a big deal. There's a lot to this, but our future really relied on this too. So.
Jake, you need to look at it for a while. Is that what?
No, I'm good. I'm just trying to.
I didn't know whether he was on reading all.
And Mike's not even here.
He just come up this morning.
He'd be proud of you.
I told him yesterday. I said, "Hey, you need to come in today."
So we need this in a motion.
Yeah, I need a motion.
And you recommended digital?
Yeah.
I guess that's
Okay. I'll make a motion to. How do I want to word this? Amy, what's the best way to word this, you think? Hire or go with Digital Computer Works for
The bid.
for the bid?
to accept the bid.
I said
Sure,
Digital
sorry.
Computer Works bid.
I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded, accept the Computer Works bid. Voice roll call, Mark.
Award the
Yes.
contract.
Huh?
Award the contract.
Award the contract.
For both managed services for IT infrastructure and body worn camera
Yeah.
system, correct?
You want both of them on there?
Correct.
Yeah. Mark,
Yes.
Jake,
Yes.
Jim, yes. Motion carried. Okay.
Fantastic. I think the next thing,
You
and,
want, you want,
Chuck's here if he
Chuck?
wants to say anything. What I would
You
suggest,
want-
and it says it in here that
say,
we would meet with Chuck.
Well,
It
we'll
says in
meet-
here, final scope confirmation, contract negotiations, and then scheduling. So he did really good on like the pricing because we had a lot of questions on this. I can talk forever, and I'm sure Chuck can. The way of the world is going to cloud-based, and we're trying to mitigate both of those, staying cloud-based or going cloud-based, but staying local server-based and stuff like that. So Chuck actually talked about all of that in there. So what we would like to do is sit down and go over all of our operations and say, hey, and he laid out the monthly basics. We would like to look at the add-on of the cloud-based and then the body-worn cameras, and then come back to you with a finalized contract with. There's not going to be add-on. This is just the contract. So is that accurate?
That sums it up. I mean, you're the new sheriff, really, and a lot of the policies that are in place and that we're already been following, those all need to be updated, and then we need to make a plan and then bring it all together for a final contract. So.
That's why I mean there's a lot to this because it's not just simple. I mean, we've pulled all the policies and it has been daunting, but this is well worth every second of it. So. It's a lot, but our way of the world is getting more intriguing and body worn camera data. You know, we don't try to share a lot, but we have a lot of it, and then this will help us mitigate those issues and store it appropriately. There's a whole lot to this. It's really good stuff. So we'll see the sheriff's office change. There's no doubt in my mind.
And you want all this stuff back, right?
I would prefer that, and then
you want. Because
if we get a records request, we would probably have to all of this stuff. The RFP is absolutely fine. We would release all of that. It's the binder that scares me.
What all that here?
Do you
Chuck
have anything you did that?
I mean, it's completely packed full of highly sensitive information and CJIS secure information. So the redaction process on that's going to be significant. So yeah.
Then you want it.
I would give it to Aaron.
I will take it. Yeah. So, and I didn't mention CJIS. It's in here, but that's when I read the Digital Computer Works. It actually lists details on CJIS, which is great. I asked for that, and he did a favor by even putting it in there. But it is some very confidential things that are in there.
It's all spelled out.
It is, and I'm telling you, the whole group at the table were like, "Wow,
that particular item."
Yep, that's right.
His agency could get into hot water for some of that.
So. Okay. Did we lose our folder?
No, not necessarily. Quite frankly, if you just want to take out the paperwork,
bring you mine because I already took everything out. I've got it in the file in my office.
And you kept the binder.
But I kept the binder.
That 3-ring binder sort of just slides right out.
No, that's fine. Yeah, if we can collect those and then just bring yours in. Yeah, we don't mind releasing.
I can pull them right apart.
Well, that's great. Here's who uses a 3-ring binder in 2025.
Oh,
I tell you.
You're right.
So
here's what you're saying.
It
pulls
right
fantastic.
Setup. Put a finger on each side.
I'll be there all day.
There we go. Yeah.
I took it out.
There.
It's very well put together.
You got it. There you go. That's how you do it.
This is how you do it.
Yeah, but I have a problem. Hey.
How about the other teams?
I would probably do it. And the other reason for that is whenever those requests come in, even Kelly will say, hey, we will keep those sheriff.
Here's.
I kind of figured.
Chuck,
you can keep that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a stack of them at my office.
All right.
Now, didn't you take Kelly's?
Yeah,
I do have
Yeah,
to.
take that and I'll bring it to him and then stick it
Yeah.
back in.
That way you get.
So the last time I did these, because I have a setting in my office. A
Oh, here's
laser
another
engraved
one.
the county emblem on
There's one that fell out of here.
it. Dude, turned out they fell apart. The lasers got too deep, so I didn't mess with that this time. But they look cool for about a week.
I'll be honest with you. I started looking at them way above mine.
Once you get that technical approach section, better grab the copy.
Start running.
It took us months to Google half of the meanings of those things.
Mhm.
Well,
Thank you,
everything's
Chuck.
very well put together.
No problem.
Excellent.
Guess we'll see you guys in
Yeah.
a week. I don't know how long it'll take because updating those policies, some of this new stuff, the digital evidence management system is going to be doing. There's going to be some policy updates, policy creations. Just I don't know.
How you guys
Take
get
a
it
minute.
done, just let us know.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're jumping on it now, but yeah, we'll work and then we'll come back up here with it finalized.
Mhm.
We'll try to do it in short order, but you know. Perfect.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go catch Kelly and then I'll
Okay.
get with you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Chuck,
Thank
I'll
you,
be over
Chuck.
there after the meeting at some point.
Okay.
Guys, have any other questions? I was kind of telling. No, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh no, sorry,
Oh yeah.
I don't have anything.
Oh, I was telling him earlier. The update is beautiful. So they have they already painted all the bollards. Perfect. They even did a couple over at the dispatch center, which they appreciate that too. So they look beautiful. And then the beginning of this week, they had the lift and they took all the caulking from the top down, all the way down to like eye level. And then today I noticed they were already working on the eye level. So they went back and now they're doing from the 6 foot down. It looks like a brand new building. It's beautiful. The doors are beautiful. We've had citizens that have already came in. We had some visitors. We tell everybody it's like the White House. You bought it, come in and visit us, and we do. We have an open door policy, and we had 2 visitors this week. They don't know me, I don't know them. They're just like, hey, we heard about your guys' open door policy. We wanted to test it. Well, come on in. And their first appeal of the windows that you guys did, and then now this, and it's like this place is beautiful. So yes, it doesn't go unnoticed, and that cock was bad. I didn't
Well,
notice it
you're
was
all
that
right.
bad.
Has some of your tenants like it? Do they like it too?
Yeah.
Have they-
Yeah. So they only get to see it when they
Well,
Renters.
when they
yeah,
leave.
the renters. You got renters.
Yeah. When they leave, they get to see that.
Some of our renters don't pay the
Our
best.
inside is it's on good.
Yeah.
Good stuff too. So,
That's good.
I'll have to bring that up here. We did have a grand jury tour, which we have probably every quarter. So every time we get the new grand jury, by statute, Lucretia brings them over to the office and they tour it. And then Lucretia, by statute, gives a report from what the grand jury said to the judge. It's never made its way over here because it goes to the judge by statute. So I'll bring that. There's actually like 3 items on there, and one of them was maintenance. So you guys are knocking out of the park. They noticed that it needed maintenance. So just the regular cleaning, light bulbs. We try to stay on it, but the grand jury even caught it. That just more maintenance issues could be worked on. So, our reply was like, hey, we're actually working on that as we speak, and you'll see those results real fast. So this happened like a month ago, maybe, before we started the project.
Okay.
So, I think there was 3 topics. I'll bring it up. Yeah. I'll send it to you guys. But yeah, other than that, rocking and rolling. So, we had a saturate. We'll talk about that in our monthly, but our task force came over, about 20 agents, and hit every section. We went all the way down to finding, and sent. There's agents in each town. I say agents, it's task force agents, not feds. And we did sex offender compliance, narcotics investigations, traffic stops. We hit everything. It was about 8 hours worth. So it was really neat, and that's just the start. So a lot of the other stuff's behind the scenes. It'll be blooming soon. So lots of good stuff.
What's that to? Are we to prevent stuff or to
both? It's
Yeah.
proactive stuff. So, our philosophy is, and with our staff, you see our numbers are so drastic, and that's why is because our staff are active, so they're out there patrolling. So instead of, we have contract with like Montrose. So instead of just sitting in Montrose and collecting contract time, we're active while we're there. So pull over guys. If there's a sex offender that lives within the city of Montrose, go check on them. So we knock on their door. They're obligated to let us in and do things by statute. So we look at the statute. We train our staff. We've had multiple trainings on statutes. So we take those a step further. Can we search your house? Can we search your phone? Can we search your car? And you will see usually arrests monthly on those.
So that's kind of what's led to the uptick of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just that proactive side, which led to our jail being full, which we're doing good. It's around 100 again. So it's come down, but our jail's doing good. It fluctuates, but 100 is good. We used to be, when I started here, about 75 locals, and we're up to like 85 now. So, and we've let out some of the low-level ones. Not we, they, to help with that, but we're still they're coming in daily, honestly. So, but it's good stuff. nothing bad. It's not like our crime's gone up. We're just more active in arresting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, good.
getting them through the system, which the Christian's office, that's why you see so many jury trials. You know, she doesn't just give you probation, kick you
Now,
out.
she don't just stick them in there and let them sit.
Correct.
That's what I like.
So it's a
You
fast
know, get
system.
it handled one way or the other.
Well, cleaning everything up.
So it's noticed, it's felt. Our I would say dopers, but our dopers know it's a different environment. So if you're going to jail, your odds of staying there are really high. So there's a second guess on being a repeat offender, and we also don't kick you out. So you're not just going to go burglarize somebody's house and then we're going to book and release you and you're going to go do it again. It's not that way. You're going to do it. You're going to sit here for a while, and or pending your trial. A lot of them are pending trial, so you're not going anywhere until your case is disposed of. So thank you again, our drug identifier. That thing has been amazing. So even like our pursuit, we get meth. We found meth, a lot of meth, and we test that immediately, and we do a probable cause statement for possession or distribution, and it's immediate. So there is, and we still send it to the lab for the distribution cases, but those things it's been hands down a really good tool. Really good. So
That's good.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
It's good stuff. And we use it often. So we had another one this week already for meth. So good stuff. We had that one for cocaine and it tested positive. So.
Have you got the cameras up on the lights or around town?
Oh,
Yeah, I was getting some.
you know, that's a good topic. So no, that's going to take about 4 months. We had a meeting yesterday.
Okay.
So we have, there's 5. We have submitted the documentation to DOT, and it takes about 4 months for the process from end to start, from them to approve the locations.
Mhm.
There's a lot to that. Now, once DOT's done, or MoDOT, sorry, it'll go fast. So, yeah.
Good.
I'm very open with stuff, overly open sometimes. I don't care. I'd rather be that way. We don't try to hide anything. So there's a court case that in Washington, state of Washington, about Flock. We talked to Flock yesterday about it. One of my concerns with Flock, and I'm just open, is that it does collect everybody's information. I would like to know where that goes. It's our Flock and how it's collected. So we've had some really good conversations yesterday and some reassurances. There are guidelines in there. There's also logs. So they're auditable. They will pop up and send to my computer monthly. I can get in there daily, but they're going to be sent monthly. So our 5 cameras, when they collect that information, if anybody searches that information, we will see that. And it has to be attached. We already have our policy. We're working on that too. But we will have guidelines to how you can even search. So yes, there's a database, but to get into that database to search it, there's a log of that. It's an auditable log, and then you have to attach a case to it per our policy. I can't speak for others. So, and then
That's good.
yes,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
very good.
that is
we will
very
get in there. Our detective will get in there. We had a meeting yesterday with our detectives, and our head detective will get in there and verify that, okay, well, there's a case. He's going to go look at the case and verify that the 2 match. So there will, and if there is an abuse, it'll be real fast and it'll be cut out immediately. But we've already told our staff before we even implement it, and they're pulled up in 4 months, we're getting our ducks in a row that there will not be any misuse from our office. On the other side of that, I was concerned about, again, we are collecting that information. That's us. It's us. So there's now an auditable tool for anybody outside of our office that gets into the system and searches our 5 cameras. I love that. So it's same thing. You have to have a case attached to it. That's auditable. It sends it to our office, and we will look at it monthly to see other agencies using any information from our camera. So lots of checks and balances now because they do understand that this is a big deal.
That's good.
So, I love that. So yeah, we've solved 2 cases already, and they're not even up because Clinton's are up. And one of them was assault on law enforcement in Harrisonville. So aggravated assault. So they're working already. They're not even up. Ours. So it's good stuff. But
Okay.
I am cognizant of it's collecting information. I don't want that to be misused on our 5 cameras.
Agreed.
That bothers me. Cool. Yeah.
All right.
Didn't mean to go on that rampage, but
No, I'm glad you did.
Okay.
I'm glad to know that.
Yeah.
Anything
I'm glad
else?
we got this.
I am too. This is a really
That's a
stressful
big,
deal,
big guess.
because it scares me. If you have somebody that doesn't know what they're doing or practice in this, it will cripple the office big time. I mean, people don't understand what goes through our office. It's terabytes of information, and we're at multiple terabytes just this year. So it's a lot of data, a lot of auditing trails, a lot of backdoor stuff. But I'm very happy, and you guys can see why when you read that. I'm like, wow, that is a lot of protection. A lot of protection. Awesome. You guys holler anytime.
Thanks, Aaron.
Commissioner's office didn't show us.
So you had that muted.
Pardon? Yes, Jeff. Oh, you got the wrong one. This is the commissioner's office at the courthouse. All right, no. Asking about a paycheck we had.
A paycheck?
Patient. Let's thinking the doctor's office.
Dr. Stone?
Well, what do you want to know about them? We sent them home. They're fine. No, boy.
That's all we had on the agenda.
Okay.
Did you say that was it?
That was the last thing that we had on the agenda.
I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll say.
Motion been made and second to adjourn. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. Man, shut off your camera.
Who seconded?
I did.
Jake did. Okay.